This podcast is part of the No Phony Podcast Network, the home of independent awesomeness.
Welcome back to another episode of On the Road with Jim and Casey. Joining me, as always, James Morganti.
That's right.
And joining us today, actress, producer, and singer, Lisa London. How are you doing today, Lisa?
I am great. Really great, actually.
Good. How are you holding up during the quarantine?
I'm not going to lie. There's good days and bad days as far as I'm a rebel and I hate rules, number one, but I do want to stay alive and I don't want anyone else to get sick for anything I could do. So I'm trying to comply as much as I can. And I'm blessed to be in California because we have this stunning weather. I'm in my backyard right now, and you can escape to the mountains for snow, the ocean, the desert. We went out and saw the poppies the other day. I hike 24 hours a day. I get to be outside. I have a gorgeous backyard. I can't complain as far as if I'm quarantined and with someone I love. So it's as good as a pandemic can be.
Sure. So why don't you tell our fans a little bit about your start as an actress? You got your start. You were actually a Bob Hope girl, correct?
I was. The Bob Hope Classic, a huge golf tournament, is held annually in Palm Springs, and that's where I was raised. And my father was a big sportscaster, announcer for CBS Radio for years, and he used to be the voice of the Bob Hope Classic, and they have a contest every year for the Bob Hope Classic girls, and I was classic. And it was a big thing. It's like a beauty title. What can I say?
What exactly did you have to do for that? I was just kind of hanging around.
They have you. You wear the T-shirts and you're with Bob Hope and all his publicity photos, and you meet all the golfers. It was cool. I gotta say, it was cool.
Very cool. And your dad, you said your dad was an announcer?
Yeah, for 35 years he was the voice of international radio for the Bob Hope Classic, CBS. And he had a local radio station, a middle of the road station, and I was literally on the radio since I could talk, even before I could talk, but there's
Very
no proof
cool.
of that, just after I could talk. And I love radio.
And you said he owned his own radio station?
Yeah, and he also was the first announcer ever for the Angels. They're now the Anaheim Angels, but they were the LA Angels, because he was friends with Gene Autry, who started the team, owned the team. So that was pretty cool. I'm gonna have a sip of my latte.
Sure.
Hey, I live off the coffee every day. I mean, what can I say?
Well, they
Just
say
look
it's
at it.
really good for you, and I think it is, because it keeps your brain very alert. And I have a theory that some people are like allergic to caffeine. I'm not. I could drink a pot of coffee and go to sleep. So
Everyone always says, Casey, I was just telling you the other day, Jim, why is your brain so big? And I'm just, I eat red meat,
right, exactly.
whole milk and coffee.
No, I think
There you go.
I think the question to you, Jim, was why are you so scatterbrained?
Oh, okay. Again, caffeine, big scatterbrain. Hey, take what you gotta give a little, take a little.
So you guys are in Philly, right?
Outside of about an hour and a half from Philly.
Okay,
We're in
yeah.
a little town called Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I love Philadelphia. It's a cool city.
Yeah, it is, definitely. So then you had your own show at college, right? At Arizona
Yeah,
State?
well, in high school and college.
Oh,
I never told my parents that, it was kind of obvious because I was directing home movies of me at like 4 years old, but I always thought that my career path, they thought deep down in my heart, I knew from the minute I was born I wanted to be an actress, but I also really do love journalism and broadcasting and sportscasting, and I'm excited. I'm getting ready to play a news anchor, And the next film that I'm doing for this fabulous director, Gregory Hatanaka, that I've got 4 movies, count them, 4, dropping one after the other. One's available now, Body of Night, and then Acrylic, which is a comedy, then a couple of more psychological thrillers, Choke, which I also produced, and Heartbeat, and these are all going to be on Amazon Prime internationally and USA. So I'm pretty stoked.
Very
And
cool.
we're doing another movie in a way that is really safe. I can't give any details, but yeah, I play quite a character. She's a news anchor, but has kind of a kinky side as well.
So, go into detail about this this side of hers.
I can't say anything
Oh, you
else
can't. Right. Okay.
because we haven't even started shooting it yet. We start pretty soon. So yeah, it's a top secret. But you can see all my other movies on Amazon Prime. Body of Night's on there now.
Awesome.
Okay.
And all
You know,
my old ones are on there too.
I'm looking at some of your movies that you've done. What? Just want to get right into this.
Go dive in,
I mean,
baby.
you know, I love, you know, working out. You know, I love. I'm a musician. I played all the beach clubs and the casinos. Things happen. You know what I mean? Somehow one thing leads to another. You know, you get hot. People take clothes off. How was it for you to do these scenes that you've done in some movies that I've heard about? Maybe I've watched a few times repeatedly.
Look, it's okay. The rest of the world is totally hip and cool with nudity. Violence is the thing that freaks them out. It's only in America that nudity is like, nudity, and violence is like, shoot them dead, you know? So look, I was raised in Palm Springs in Hawaii. I'm proud of how I look. I have literally 0 issues with ripping my clothes off if the role calls for it. And sometimes when they don't, when they're just silly, fun, crazy sexual exploitation comedies. And look, everybody loves a great laugh. I mean, that's why things like The Full Monty, or what was the other one? There was one with Hugh Grant, and anyway, people love to laugh. People love to be titillated. And I think in today's world too, as much as we can just be free when we can and just explore our emotions and our feelings, whether it's a comedy or a drama, I say just go for it.
I completely agree. I mean, that hot tub scene, it definitely called for it.
Are you talking about Savage Beach?
Yes, in Savage Beach. I meant to say yes.
Well, nobody does nudity better than Andy Sedaris. I'm sorry. I mean, he gets the most gorgeous girls. He shoots so beautifully, like it's like a $100 million picture. He shoots in Hawaii, and I miss him every day. When he passed, it was like a real hole in my heart in a lot of ways, not just working.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that's been in a hot tub surrounded by a pile of chicks knows that's pretty much what it looks like, people, for all our viewers out there and listeners. Savage Beach. Well, you know what? I'm not saying fast forward to the 48-minute mark, but I'm saying, you know, type in the
I love it. I love that you actually know the minutes. That's pretty cool.
No, I don't know.
I'm impressed. Or rather, I should say, I impressed you.
Right. You know, we do a lot of research for this podcast. Okay.
Cool.
So don't forget that.
Got it.
And so I see here that you were in the music video with Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a full circle, amazing miracle of my life and career, because in my 20s and 30s, I starred in tons of music videos. The first one I ever did was Prince directed me in The Time, and that was in the height of Purple Rain fame, and I did a ton more, but I stopped doing them, and my career, you know, thank God, has taken off, and I haven't missed that extra income that a young actress loves, being the babe and all these things, and the exposure is great. And then all of a sudden I get a call from my manager saying that Emil Nava, who's like a huge music business director, he does everybody from Khalid to Rihanna to these guys, Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. I mean, everyone. He's like one of the top ones. And he called and he just saw me on IMDb and thought I was perfect for this role. And when I shot it, I was thrilled. I knew he loved my work, but you know, it's a music video, so I'm like, I hope I'm in it. I literally was just hoping I was still going to be in it, and I am the babe in it. So it was pretty cool.
That's all. I mean, what is it? So you're still I mean, you work out. It looks like anyway. I mean, I've trained my.
I have to show you my T-shirt though, because I wore this in honor of the. Can you read it?
I can't see the
Texas prison system.
And can you? Yes.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, so I did this movie called Divorce Texas Style, directed by a super great friend of mine too, Corbin Timbrook, and I made the entire cast and crew go like back to where our location was so I could buy this T-shirt, and it's so perfect to wear in quarantine, I think.
Oh, I totally agree. I only put shirts on for quarantine. I would stand up right now.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess I could.
You probably don't
wearing...
have pants on. I do have pants on. They're actually really cute too. Can you see
Okay.
them?
Oh, you're rocking yoga.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Really cool.
Oh, with the cut in them. The new ones with the skin show.
Yeah.
Very good. You know, a lot of the girls wear that.
Yeah, I work out like a mad person. I always have. I mean, when you grow up in a place like Palm Springs in Hawaii, all you do is sports. So I was an avid tennis player, swimmer. I kayak now. I hike all the time. I do yoga. I'll do it. I'll try any sport. I mean, basically, yeah, I love to be outside too.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. I hike. I'm always active, always trying to be great. But I wanted to bring up, you know, you look great for your age. I'm sure. How do you not at any age? At any age, you look. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
People always say, "Oh, for your age, you look good." No.
Well, I have a theory about that, though. I have a theory about that too. First of all, I have freckles, and that is like a thing that people go, "Oh, that's youth," right? And the other thing is, I've never done anything, and I just think that if you just take great care of yourself and also follow your dreams, because things come from within, and party when you want to, but do everything in balance or whatever, and just be happy and just love what you do. I love what I do so much, and I love my life. I've worked really hard to have a life that I truly love living. So I think that's a theory, and I do have really good genes. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, really good.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you have great genes, but yeah, no. Aside of that, I was, you know, people like, we can look great when you're 20, when you're 40, when you're 60, when you're like at any age, you can look great.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I have this gorgeous actress friend that actually co-starred with me in this huge campaign that I did. It was an awareness campaign about Hep C, and they wanted baby boomers who looked really great for their age, right? And the director is the fabulous Elma Garcia, just one of the greatest directors ever of anything, but she does mainly documentaries and commercials. And she's also an insane photographer. She's just the coolest. And she's totally into horses and does dressage. But anyway, I digress. So this other actress, Isabella, she's drop dead gorgeous too, but she went totally gray, because there's this whole thing of a gray-haired model thing where people can work a lot. And we just crack up, because it's like we show pictures to each other of our fellow models and actresses that are our age. And if you love what you do and have confidence in yourself and take care of yourself, every age is gorgeous. I mean, a beautiful person, all people are beautiful, but the thing that we think of as beauty or the hot people or whatever, you're beautiful all through your life. I mean, but at a certain point, are you going to get wrinkles? Fuck yeah. I mean, sorry, can I say that on here? Can I swear?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'm just so passionate about this fact. It's like, you're beautiful young, beautiful middle age, beautiful old, and then you die. And the alternative is you don't get to live all the rest of your life. So yeah, it's
right. I mean,
people like try to butcher themselves with plastic surgery, and believe me, to each his own. God bless everyone, whatever gets you through the night. But it just, nah, it doesn't. If it really worked, like if I looked at someone that had all the Botox and fillers and all that stuff and went, oh my God, you do look exactly like you looked at 20, that's one thing, but they don't. They just, to me, look like either a totally different face than they had.
A monster.
Yeah,
I mean, not everybody. I'm
I
not
know,
saying,
I know,
hey, if you
I
want to do
know.
both, I mean, hey, this last time I checked, it's America. You could do
Yeah,
everything, you know.
exactly.
But I think right now the cool trend to do is like on the social trends. You know how the social trends of
True,
please
and now it's like
tell
people
me
just being natural. I mean, look at me. I'm not wearing my fancy shit that I would wear out here. I'm
right.
wearing lipstick. That's about it, you know.
And
like, yeah.
I was like, the social trends, it's almost like people like, oh, please tell me what's hot right now. And they're like, okay, you have to look like a monster with all this stuff done. And like, these, it's like,
I
yeah, I think I
know.
do it with my tongue.
Well,
It's like that.
I can't even do it.
And so, like, that's like the new hot.
I
But,
know. I
you know,
know. But hey, hopefully people will get more conscious about loving the skin they're in. I don't know. Or not. All I know is I'm happy with my skin and I haven't altered it.
now do you, do you get a lot of messages or like, you know, maybe you're doing something somewhere, a guy in his 20s or 30s, and he walks up to you and he's like, hey, I saw you in
Yes.
Savage Beach, or
Yes.
something, you know.
Yes.
And then
And you
he's
know
like, here's
what?
my
I love it
number.
because most people are really respectful and it's just their absolute awe and love and joy at what I put up on the screen. And I'm so used to it. I've been doing this since I was 19 years old and I love it. I really love every aspect. And look, I've had my 15 minutes of super fame from certain times and I honestly can tell you, I'm so content with the times when I'm just a working actor, getting some recognition and living my life. That's like, it's a joy. Can't ask for anything more, except I
Now,
want a bunch of awards before I die.
oh, okay. All right. You still have a great laugh and still full of spirit and energy and like zest and everything. So are you married? Are you still with the
I
same
am
person
married.
through all
I'm
these
married.
years?
No, no,
Okay.
not through all these years. No way. There's been like 8 billion till I got this guy. But
Wow.
we are happily married and he's amazing. He's a landscape architect, but he's also an actor. In fact, he did like every major TV show like in the 80s that you could imagine. And I got him involved with 2 of the films of the 4 that are going to be dropping on Amazon Prime. We've done a few other movies too. One of my best friends is the big casting director, Craig Campobasso, and he's gotten us auditions that we've booked together a lot of times. And then Corbin Timbrick puts us in a lot of movies together, and now Greg Hatanaka is too. And he's just an incredible human being. I always say that his moral compass is like just spot on, just naturally. It's not because no religion made him do it, no group made him do it. He's just a really great man and talented
Wow.
and fun and I mean hot, and we have a perfect life together. We travel the world. We have like all the same loves and interests, but also we are different enough that it's exciting. It's like a challenge every once in a while, or oh my gosh, I didn't realize that about him, or then he does it to me too. So it's pretty great.
Those are the best people. Like, you didn't need someone to tell you not to be a thieving, lying son of a gun.
Exactly,
You know,
right?
you don't need that.
Right?
Like, they're the best people. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
some of us struggle inherently with the same issue over again and again, and then you might meet up with her again sometime. But anyway, hey, everyone has their problems.
Yes.
I'm just guessing something. I've been training my discernment here. Is this
Okay.
wonderful, lucky man of yours younger? You seem
No,
like you would attract.
I've
wow.
never,
Okay. All right.
I've never liked anyone in my entire life younger than me, ever.
Oh.
Always
Okay.
either
Hey.
my age or way older, and usually way older. My first real dating that I ever did was with Joe Namath. Okay, so and he was 32 and I was 16. My parents almost
America.
divorced over it, but hey, and he turned out to be this amazing person in my life.
Joe Namath.
Seriously.
How
Yes.
was he? Was he so he
Incredible. I left him because I fell in love with Ed Marinero. And he
Really?
became my first real boyfriend.
Wait, so I'm trying to remember. So Joe played football late until
He
his
was
40s.
already, yeah, and he
Right?
was already with the Rams and doing TV, and it's because of
Right.
him that I got into acting, because his agent sent me on the audition. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, you know, girls like you that date older, I love you guys so much, because as I'm 37, you know, now I see, wow, I don't know what I do, where it's just this 21-year-old, and I don't have, hey, age is what I don't, you know, but hey, God
and
bless
believe
you.
me, I all my co-stars are always way younger than me, because I've never cast anywhere near my age, and I love the attention and the just the beauty of working with younger guys too. But would I ever pick a younger guy to be my partner? No, I just never have. It's just never been my thing. I think the women should have to always be on a pedestal, and it's just natural if someone's older than you, that after a while you're gonna just grow apart. So nah, doesn't work.
Well, how did you get with Joe Namath? I mean, like, how did that connection happen? I mean, you're 16, which is, I mean, you know, usually I would say, well, 18, yeah. I mean, but like,
I
so
literally, since I was 11 years old, watching TV, I looked at the screen when I saw Joe play, and I said, I am going to date that guy.
Is that was that legal back then?
And then my sister was working at a spa in Palm Springs, and Joe was staying there, and he was coming out of the men's side. And she goes, "You got to get over here quick. Joe Namath is here," because she knew I wanted to meet him. So I rode my bike. I mean, seriously, you can't write this shit. And I get there, and it was just like instant, like, it was exactly what I planned.
So you're saying if you can bike,
he did not have a choice, believe me.
so you're saying if you can bike to the house, you can stay the night. No, guys, I'm not promoting any of that stuff. But
no, actually, it's a super long story that I will tell one day. I will tell that story in a book that I do about my life one day. Probably not for a decade more, at least, but it's a very interesting story. It's nothing like what people would think, really.
I mean, I don't know the state age regulations for dating. Hey, some people might be super. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, as long as I don't know if it was times are different back then, and you know, 16, and that was, you know, harder or whatever.
Yeah, times were different. Times were different. We're much more aware of what happens when every aspect of a woman and a man isn't treated equally and protected. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, the hashtag Me Too movement was about, the main thing was about true equality, really cherishing the gender of female the way we do male, because we weren't at all compared to how it is now. But the absurd idiocy of attacking every man for like rubbing up against you or whatever, those kind of cases, I think, diminish the horrible rapist cases or true sexual harassment or discrimination. And I think we have to concentrate on the real big issues, not the stupid little things of who cares if some guy says something to you and walks away from you. I mean, who cares? Like, if you think that's going to damage your life, really, you're insane, in my opinion. But hey, that's just me. I'll probably get in trouble for this.
Well, hey, according to some girls that I see and know and hear and stuff, a lot of girls that they're trained almost to hate a guy saying something, which is stupid. Like a guy saying, "Hey, little lady, why don't you give us a smile?" It's stupid.
I know, to be that sensitive to something that doesn't matter. That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
But then when they start getting like 50 years old and maybe they're single still and they're maybe not, so whatever happened in their life, they're not as appealing. Then all of a sudden, because I literally saw this happen, they're like, I just can't, guys don't talk to me anymore. Well, maybe if you didn't hate all of us for saying,
look, we have to work together, both,
right.
People all over the world, every sex, every religion, every political affiliation. We all have to work together to stop being so ridiculous and to just deal with issues that really matter to me. That's all.
I know we're holding each other back, and you know what? They just want to divide. We need each other so bad. I mean, like,
I think that this virus has
just
really kind of shed a light on that. Like, come on.
I mean, like, come on. As soon as this is over, I mean, people are just going to be. I'm saying.
I hope it's going to be a giant love fest, but who knows?
Big, like I'm saying, like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Going back to what you were saying about the Me Too movement and all that, we were kind of touching base. Well, it's a little, not quite, but we were talking to Nick Bailey from Fan Counters podcast yesterday, and he was talking about like celebrities, meeting celebrities and stuff with, like for instance, I was talking about, I met Kathleen Turner at one of these Comic-Cons. And I went to put my arm around her, to get in closer for the photo. And she was like, no, we don't do that here. But then there's other people like Elvira, I mentioned, like she's giving people big hugs.
I think she lives right near me. I think she lives right in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, I think so.
So how do you feel about like that when?
Okay, first of all, that to me is seriously incomprehensible. You go to an autograph show, first of all, if you're making a personal appearance as an actor, it's your job to give back to your fans. They're paying for your autograph, for your photos, right? So to me, if someone wants to put their arm around me for a photograph, there's literally nothing wrong with it. Nothing. So, but bless her heart, I don't know what triggered her to not want any human contact at all. I don't know.
I came up with a pretty good plan about this. Okay. It's like, treat it. I mean, hey, not that I go all the time and I know exactly how it works, but I see the science behind it. Like a strip club, you go in when you're getting a lap dance. You always say, "Hey, can I like just right up front? Hey, excuse me, can I put my arm around you? Can I hold you in a warm embrace to show people that?"
Here's what's so sad to me for people that are single and having a date and stuff, that you take all the spontaneity about that first kiss or that first lean in or that first aggressive move to start the next level of a relationship. And it's like, I can remember so many times like being with some guy that I did not want to be with at all on a date, and then if they try to kiss me, you're just like, no, this is done, we're over. And look, am I lucky that I've never ever had any horrible thing that scarred me? And believe me, I've had a couple of creepy things with a couple of agents and one jerky head of a studio where it got a little gnarly. But most of these people, I don't think have the, they're gross and weird, but it's like the minute you go no and leave, what are they going to do? Chase you out of the room? I don't think that happens.
Who was I talking to about this? It was somebody.
And again, I hate people that bring up, incidents that were like icky incidents, but you're not hurt and you got away. We shouldn't be talking about those in the same sense as people that horribly are raped, because I think that's
for sure. I mean, comparison. I was talking to somebody about guys, and to be a good man, right? First of all, I'm all about natural connection. Like if you're not feeling something, if I'm out with a girl, like I don't go out on dates really. I just kind of meet people and then just stuff happens. And I'm saying like, there's like things going. Anyway, when you're out somewhere, if a guy walks into a situation, I think the best thing for everybody, the guy should have in his head no first, because a girl could say no and a guy is going to be like, right, oh yeah. Right. And then like
Yeah.
then like or something. That's, I mean, yes, you could say, but like the guy in his mind, he should first think, Jim,
Oh
just no,
shoot!
and then when it happens naturally, oh, it's so hot then, and then like big things happen. I'm saying like we're like when you feel it naturally both ways, like a tango, like or like a waltz. It's just like
big thing
two to
could
tango.
happen soon. A big thing could happen soon because I just got our internet connection is unstable.
Oh no. Are you hearing us okay right now?
It just flashed. I can hear you perfectly, but it just flashed.
Okay.
Our internet connection is unstable.
All right, well.
Our relationship is unstable.
Oh no, right. That's been every single one of mine, I guess. Look, I'm
Okay,
only
so
a man.
Get to the stuff that's really important so we don't get cut off or anything.
Okay, so talk about your upcoming projects and where everybody can find you and all that stuff.
Awesome. Okay, so Amazon Prime internationally and USA. You can watch Body of Night now, and then they're going to be dropping like a week apart all month on Amazon. The next one is Acrylic, which is a comedy. It's super funny. And then Choke, which is my baby. The role was written for me, and it's just heavenly. I got to work with my husband's in that one too. I don't have any scenes with him, but he's in it. And then I have scenes with one of my best friends and mentor, the fabulous actor Sal Landy, and my fabulous actor husband's name is Barry Saddles. He's in it too, and it's incredible. And my wonderful director Gregory Hatanaka poured his heart out, and it was a guerrilla filmmaking at its best. I mean, when you get something really great done with a super low budget, it's very rewarding, and I hope people love it as much as I love it because it's really close to my heart. And that's called Choke. And then after that, another great psychological thriller that's coming up. And on Instagram, I'm Lisa London LA. That's my handle, Lisa London LA. And on Facebook, Lisa London Fan, or the Pinups Live, because the Pinups has their own page too.
Okay. Do you want to tell us about the Pinups at all? Your band?
Sure. It was like the most insane, amazing experience. It was my first and practically last audition ever as a singer. And it was a fabulous girl group put together by Peter and Ingeborg Hauke, German producers. So we got to live and work in Germany for years. And then in America, we were signed to CBS Sony Records, and we were on every TV show you could imagine. I mean, like literally from Merv Griffin to Dance Fever to just every show that could put a band on. And we got censored a couple of times because we were the first band ever before Madonna to appear in lingerie on national television. And it was hilarious. They sewed in like nude colored stuff in our teddies, but that made us look even more nude. So, oh well, whatever. And it's great music. It's kind of like the Pointer Sisters, and we were 4 white girls, so they really didn't know what to do with us in America. We were huge for 15 minutes here, but we had long-lasting success, like in Germany and other places. And I still sing, and hoping to do something with my fabulous girlfriend Cindy Valentine. She's a singer, songwriter, composer, and she's got great success right now, working with a whole bunch of young artists, grooming them, and hopefully we'll be doing something on one of my movies, I'm hoping. And yeah, the Pinups is great fun.
Lisa, thank you so much for coming on, the wonderful
You're
Lisa
welcome,
London.
baby.
So
Thank
what is your message, okay, to the humanity, to women, to men, to singles, to whatever? What do you want to leave them with that they can put in their pocket, and then they can take it out at some point in the future and be like, oh, wait a minute, Lisa said to, the golden rule or something. What do you want to leave to people? Advice, tips on how to look beautiful at any age, on how to pursue your dreams. That's why when we do what we love every day, that's why, according to some people, I look great. And when you're happy, your skin's good, your face. Yes, your eyebrows are waxed sometimes. My sister-in-law hooks me up every time. What is your message?
Okay, my message number one is it's never too late to follow your dreams, to do what you love. You have a mind for the ability to be able to change it. You can always change it. If something isn't working for you, make it work or let it go and find something that works for you. And when I say works for you, it's mind, body, spirit, stuff that rocks your world on every level of your being. And do something artistic, no matter what else you do. Paint or sketch or write poetry or play an instrument. Do something artistic. There's something about art that unifies us all and gives us all empowerment to do better at everything else we do and to just be better people. And as far as the looking good stuff, everyone has something gorgeous about them. And if you're feeling insecure about one thing, just concentrate on something else. And like I had freckles as a kid, so I was always freaking out about my skin not being as pretty as everyone else's because I had freckles. So I did everything to enhance everything else about my body or my hair or my eyes to make people look at that. And then eventually you learn to love the whole package, I guess.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You know, like just accepting, because sometimes the things that you think are imperfect or that are ugly, like everyone else might be like, "Yo, I'll tell you what
Oh
I
my
love
God.
about you is the human part of you." You know.
Poster child. I had freckles, red hair, big lips, and skinny legs. So now it's like everything I love about myself. And
Yeah, you love
it wasn't
you
when I
love
was
the
growing up.
yeah, you love the imperfections. A friend of mine, she's a wonderful, beautiful, talented girl from she's in San Diego. I think she's back in Connecticut now. That I used to play guitar for. She has a song, Perfectly Imperfect. Ada Pasternak, her name is. Shout out to
That's a
Ada.
great song.
And it's just like, you know,
That's a great
love the
title.
We're human.
Yeah.
Let's love the human parts of us,
Yeah.
not the robot
I know.
parts that we can
I know.
build and make. You know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, thanks again, Lisa, for doing this. And just one more time, tell everyone where they can find you.
We
Okay.
lost her.
On
already.
Instagram, I'm Lisa London LA. And oh no, am I back?
Yeah.
Yes, you're back.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Lisa London LA on Instagram, Lisa London Fan on Facebook, or the Pinups Live on Facebook. Peace
Great.
out, kids.
Thank you very much. And
Lisa, thank you.
And everyone
Sure,
can find
baby.
us at
And you're gonna tag me on
absolutely.
everything, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. Have
Thank
a
you. Love
beautiful,
you.
beautiful weekend.
Thank you
And
very
watch
Love
my
you too.
movies.
We
Watch my
will.
movies. All right.
We already did.
much.